Alrighty, first off, I need to apologize. I'm shooting this one with my phone and not a GoPro on a mount, so it might be a little bit shaky. The reason I'm doing that is all of my GoPros are occupied with other projects, and I wasn't going to make a video on this, but it might be kind of interesting. So don't click away. This is going to be good. It's also going to be short. I'm just going to diagnose this real quick, and then we're going to give this to someone else to work on because I got other stuff to do. Anyway, customer states that they feel like the vehicle is in limp in mode, and sometimes when they stop the vehicle and then proceed like through a stop sign or a red light, it hesitates to go anywhere, and they think there's something majorly wrong with it. So we are at a stop. Check this out, foot off the brake, and it kind of moved and then started to lurch. Let's do it again. All right, we're stopping off the brake. See that hesitation there before it went? Let's do it in reverse. Check in the mirror, make sure no one's behind me. I can see you. All right, let's do it again. Foot off the brake. There it goes. Yeah. So something's going on. I don't think it's a transmission problem. I suspect that it's got a brake caliper hanging up. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go for a little ride around the parking lot. Ding. I know, seatbelt's not on. We're gonna go for a ride around the parking lot, and if there is a caliper hanging up, it will present itself in the form of heat. And the way we're gonna check for that is with an infrared thermometer. Basically, I'm gonna roll around, do a couple circles through here. We're gonna hop out, fire up the infrared camera, and we're gonna take a look at the brake rotors and measure the temperatures. If the temperatures are like way off the scale on one of the calipers, shut up, I know, click it or ticket. If the temperatures are way off the scale, then we'll know that that specific caliper is the one that's affected, and we can then disassemble that one for further diagnostics. However, if they're all the same temperature, I'm way off track and it could totally be something else. Sure, let's keep going. I'm trying to not brake too much. I don't want to add a pile of heat into the brakes and the rotors and into the calipers, because I figure if they're sticking, it's going to stick at all times, and there will already be extra friction present at that specific corner. It feels to me like it's one of the left side calipers. Yeah, I felt the suspension on the right side kind of loosen up when I let off the pedal, but the left side, oh, that was good. Let's try that again. But the left side just feels like it's that one. Also, another indicator that it's a left side caliper is let's watch what it does when we're doing a straight line braking maneuver. So we're straight lined right here, steering wheel straight. Now watch this. Do you see how when we first applied brake pressure, the vehicle veered off to the right, steering wheel went to the right, and then it straightened out and went left? That's also indicative of a collapsed brake hose or a sticking caliper, or one that has too much friction at the piston. The caliper with the most amount of flow will actuate first, which is going to be the right caliper, which starts to brake that side, and then once fluid pressure makes its way into the left side caliper, that's when that one starts to provide some clamping force onto the rotor, and then friction reaches an equilibrium between the two sides and it will balance itself back out. I think that's what it's doing here. And I'm also going to change my mind on the fly and go out for an actual test drive, because I want to witness that brake pull off to one side. So I find it funny how it's displaying symptoms like pulling while braking, and the description of the problem is limp mode. I think that term is very, very overused, and I think people use the term limp mode as just a generic descriptive word for something's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. I think folks should stop using limp mode. Not all manufacturers have a built-in limp in mode. And limp mode is usually designed as some form of mechanical protection that's controlled by one of the ECMs to prevent certain conditions from being present, thus causing additional damage while the vehicle is being operated. For example, if a transmission is slipping at a certain specific gear, the controller on that unit can actually disable certain functions and it will be in limp mode. So let's say you have a 5-speed transmission, it only gives you 4 gears because there's an issue with the 5th gear. That'll generate a generic limp-in set of programming, which is basically parameters that the ECM is programmed to be able to operate that unit within safe design parameters, rather than just letting it do whatever it wants to do and possibly continuing to damage itself. Anyway, the light's green now. I digress. Let's get back to the task at hand. Yeah, so stop saying limp mode. Flowmaster exhaust. Alright, so here we go, riding along straight line. We've got minimal traffic behind us. Let's go ahead and brake. I want to create more space. Alright, let's go ahead and brake and watch this thing try to send us into a telephone pole. Yep, see that? Whoa! Things all over the road. And I can't believe that's not the complaint. You gotta be kidding me. Look at this. Wow. That was a scary one. Let's do it again. Someone's calling me. I'm not gonna answer it though. Yep, look at that. Straight towards telephone pole. Yeah, whoa, and some nasty vibration. You know what? I'm not letting someone else work on this car. This thing's a death trap. It's all over the place. So I should also mention that there are 2 types of hydraulic system failures that can occur with regards to the service brakes. You can have one where there's a caliper that is stuck closed all of the time, meaning it's always generating some braking force. And then you can have a stuck version where there could be restriction in the flow, like a collapsed hose, or the caliper is stuck in the open position and it does not generate clamping force. I believe that the situation with this car is a lack of clamping force on one of the left side wheels, and I think it's the left front. I noticed, you guys didn't feel it, but I did. I noticed a lot of vibration when I actually did put this through a braking event. In fact, I feel it right here. So even at this low speed, 25, 35 miles per hour, I could still feel that vibration. And that would have been caused by run out or hot spots in the actual rotor. But regardless, I think that this is the side that has the hydraulic issue. Now, there could be a rotor issue on that side, because if this side is not generating the appropriate amount of clamping force, it's also not generating heat. And the vehicle's friction demands to stop do not change. So that means that the caliper on this side is going to have to do extra work in order to make up for it. Now that extra work is going to be converted into heat energy, and all that's going to be sunk into the rotor. So we could actually have a bad rotor on this side and a bad caliper on that side. But we will determine that using the laser imager thermometer as well as a visual inspection. Oh, I know. Let's move over here to a safe lane and do one more event. Let's try to capture that steering wheel shake. All right, here we go. Braking. Jesus, this thing is everywhere. Yeah, it pulls hard, and then equilibrium is achieved, then it wants to pull back the other direction. This thing is dangerous. I don't like it. Okay, we're over here under a shade tree. Pun intended. Doo-doo-doo, 4 ding-a-dings. All right, let's see what we got for temperatures. Thermometer activated. Let's see. All right, this rotor is looking like, what, 300 degrees, something like that. 400 down there at the hottest part. All right, so that's what that one looks like. Let us check this one. And again, 400. Similar. Let's check the rears. $160, $190, $200. Okay. So that tells me we are achieving some kind of braking equilibrium, but we're not doing it simultaneously. Hence the pull is pulling to the left and the right and the wandering all over the road business. All right, so we don't have a caliper that's stuck full time. We have one that is sticking or hanging up while the brake system is being actuated. Let us return to the service stall and perform a visual inspection. Now we have arrived, and I have had to occupy Mr. Pita's space because my space is full of other stuff. Anyway, powering down. Okay, push brake pedal really, really hard. All right, let it up. Tell me when it's up.
It's up.
Is it? Oh, cool. That one's stuck. All right, push it really, really hard. Turn that one. Does that one turn?
No.
Let it up.
It's up.
Okay.
It's kind of stiff though.
Yeah, it's got a sticking caliper on this one. Push it again really, really hard. Let it up. Oh, yeah, this is the one. Okay. Yeah, let's see if this thing's gonna compress or not.
It's like, this chicken is so good. This chicken is so good.
It's cat. The answer is negative. It's not doing what I want. This is the affected caliper. Yeah. Okay. All right. Right side. Yeah, see that? It's going right in. And it's leaking. Look at that. Look at that right there. Well, if you didn't pry bar it, it wouldn't leak. And the other one does not do that. So this one leaks, that one's stuck. Needs two calipers. Probably needs some pads. Yeah, I'm gonna do that anyway. I'm gonna recommend rotors because this one is hot spotted. See all that weird multicolored metal? Too much heat. So we need front pads, calipers, and rotors. This is the repair. All right, everyone. So like I mentioned earlier, I was doing some other stuff when this car came in, and I have successfully diagnosed the issue. I'm gonna go ahead and let one of the other fellas actually do the work on this. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out. As always, I'd like to thank all you guys for watching my video. I want to let you know that I appreciate you being here. And before I go, I have to remind each and every one of you to have yourselves a great day. See you guys later. End of transmission.